Hello! Today I am going to try and follow a tutorial that was posted on Spikey Bits. I looked at the date a moment ago, it was 7 years ago. I will link the tutorial in the video, because I'm not making up my own stuff. I'm simply going to try and follow what someone has done beforehand. And the idea is to produce big plumes of smoke with flickery yellow lights in them. And basically what the tutorial says to do is get some electric tea lights which have replaceable batteries. Come on, I can do this left-handed. I can, honest. Which look like that. And then cover the thingy with tape and glue and stick it in a plume of smoke made out of soft toy stuffing. I thought it was going to take me ages to find all the bits and bobs to do this, but like 30 seconds on Amazon and I found everything I needed. And then when you've got the stuffing stuck to the tea light, you then spray it from a distance with sort of with black to make it dark at the bottom and then a bit greyer as it goes up. I like the idea of having, because I'm working on buildings at the moment, I like the idea of having burning buildings. I did a battle report recently where I used some old little plastic fire tokens, and they looked okay. They've looked okay in the past, but they really didn't look great for this building has been burnt to bits and is on fire. They're all right to put on top of vehicles back in the day when you left the vehicles on the table when they've been destroyed to mark it off as destroyed. But I want some decent smoke markers, effectively. So I'm going to give this a go. Wish me luck. That escalated quickly. It's a bit strikes. I hoped it was going to be a little bit firmer so I could sort of sculpt it a bit, but I'm not sure it is. It's kind of falling apart. I hope if I can get it into some loose sort of shapes, then when I spray it, it'll kind of bind it together a bit. Either that or I've got the wrong sort of stuffing. It didn't say what sort of stuffing to get. Maybe I've got the wrong one, if there is even a right one. Don't know. It kind of works. The problem is, if I pick it up by the top here, all this will fall off. I mean, this bit's about to come off. Maybe that would be better when I've sprayed them. Maybe it won't. Maybe I need a rod or something through the centre to sort of layer it on. But the candle's looking pretty good. Oh, it's a bit thin on that side. The candle fire's looking pretty good though. Yeah. I think I just need to put this somewhere secure now for all the glue and stuff to dry. Yeah. Houston, we have a problem, don't we? This stuff's just too fibrous. It just falls apart. I mean, look at that. It's just... I'm going to need different stuffing. It just doesn't have the integrity, I don't think. I mean, this bit might be alright. Maybe I could try it with something with this bit. Okay, so I've persevered. I'm not particularly happy with the shapes. The thing is, it just disintegrates, and I've looked to see if I could find a different type, which is a bit firmer. But oddly, toy stuffing and upholstery stuffing, they don't give you an indication in the description as to how suitable it will be for making fire clouds out of, which I think is... I have no words. What I did find was if I sort of like I can't show you this with the camera. If I sort of put a ball of it in my hand and then rolled it together between my hands, like you were rolling a ball of dough or something, that seemed to compress it quite a bit, which kind of has worked. The problem is I'm a little bit afraid to pick them up because they're not terribly well attached to the bottom. Because it's so loose, if I pick it up at the top, the thing's just going to fall out the bottom. So I'm leaving them. I've already done half the stuff in case they. I mean, if they just don't work, I can reuse the lights. It's then back to the drawing board with the stuffing. So I'm going to leave them overnight because it's dark out. And yeah, leave them overnight. And then tomorrow, I'm going to very delicately try and spray them, and in the hope that the paint gives it a bit of integrity, and hopefully the glue that's on top of the candles will have stuck because there's a bit more of a hold. I did toy with the idea of seeing if I could water down some PVA glue and soak a whole load of it in it and then shape it. I also toyed with the idea of sort of putting a stick in the middle of them and layering it up. That didn't work particularly well either. So it's not a failure yet. It's not a failure yet. In their current form, they will do the job. If they're just a little bit more rigid with having been sprayed, then they can be delicately transported from A to B, as in put straight on a shelf and then just carefully lifted into place when I need them. They definitely wouldn't travel. You definitely couldn't build these, sell them, and send them to people. They'd be in pieces by the time they got there, unless I'm doing something fundamentally wrong, which I'm not ruling out. But at the minute, I mean, it just looks like candy floss. It really does. Right, we'll see what it's like after I've sprayed it. So, we have clouds. Fluffy, fluffy clouds. Well, one thing I have discovered is there are multiple types of stuffing, and I have the wrong one. But I'm going to see how these work. I've ordered some of the right stuff. So let's see. Right, I'm going to give these a spray. Unfortunately, I can't show you the spraying of them because I haven't got enough hands to spray and film. So let's give this a go. Okay, I think they're looking pretty good. I've tried to spray darker at the bottom to look like the smoky plumes are building up, greyer at the top. I get, oh, maybe you need to do a little bit more on here to sort of make the bottom really dark. But yeah, not too bad. If they maintain their integrity, they might be usable. When they're dry, I'll try turning them on, see what they look like. And there we go. I think they look too bad. I've got the candles lit. I think they'll look halfway decent on the table. They're not going to last very long though. These two, these are the ones that I didn't compress down, and I just used a clump that I had my hand on. They're really wobbly. I don't know how long these are going to last before they absolutely and utterly fall apart. However, I think they're all right. Certainly not too bad for a couple of hours' work. Now, without the big light on, or the thing coming in from the window, they're okay. Okay, so when the other stuff comes, I'll have a go at those as well and see how they turn out. Okay, so the bag of stuffing has arrived, and I think this is the stuff. It's called hollow fibre, and it's got much more integrity. I mean, look, I can wave it about and it's still all one piece. So I'm going to have a go at, yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, you could almost believe that was a cloud. I'm going to have a go at sculpting some shapes out of this and getting the remaining candles stuck in. Huzzah! So these are a lot bigger. I may have gone a bit OTT on the size, but we'll see how they look when they are sprayed. Pretty pleased with those, I've got to say. They are looking very sort of dark, fiery, which I'm pretty pleased with. Okay, so as I said at the start, I'm going to do I'm going to put a link to the article in Spikey Bits that I got the tutorial from. And now I'll leave you with a short clip of me waving around the camera around a dark battlefield with the first batch on them. Okay, so you really can't see anything else, but I think the fire effect looks quite good. Don't know how well you'll actually see it during a battle report. Oh, it's kind of like backlighting the gravel and stuff. Oh, look at that. Okay, so there's some coolness here. Quite pleased.